Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to talk about Pratyahar, which is a bridge between basic yoga and advanced yoga or spirituality. Now, in general, people consider yoga as just physical exercises and not the spiritual aspect of it. But eventually, everything that we do on this physical realm, be it a physical activity, which is called yoga, or any mental practices like dhyan or meditation, all of these things will lead us into evolution, which is finding higher self through all these practices and then uncovering the real us. So this video is specifically for those people who are really motivated to begin their spiritual journey, and I've already covered the first four limbs of Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which is Yama, Niyama, Asana and Pranayama. Now, today we are going to talk about Pratyahar, and this whole series is basically built to understand meditation in a better perspective, specifically according to the Hindu philosophy. So, until now, we have only covered until pranayama, and we figured out how to sit straight when we are going to meditate, because it aligns our chakras in one line so that the whole prana or the life force can flow easily in one straight line. But today we are going to discuss further into what to do next. So once we have established a perfect asana, which is a sthir sukh asana, where we are just sitting very comfortably without any distractions, the next thing that we do is pranayam, which means we are going to inhale deeply, pause for some time, exhale deeply, and pause for some time. So that is the next step. Now, post we have perfected the pranayam, now comes what to do with your mind, which is always wandering. Always remember, it's not the mind which wanders, it's the awareness within the mind which is wandering from one place to another. And this is what my Guru Danpani also says in his book Power of Unwavering Focus by Danpani, and his Guru Shivaya Subramaniam Swami talks about in the book which is Merging with Shiva. Now let's figure out what to do next, and that is the step which is Pratyahar. Pratyahar means withdrawal of the senses from the outside world to the inner world that is there. Now there are three realms majorly. So first is your physical realm, which we can see, something that we are intaking from our senses. Now this is the external world. So whenever our mind or whenever the awareness is engaged in the outside world, it is only a physical realm, which is the conscious mind. But once we decide that we don't want to engage in the senses and withdraw the senses inwards, when we are breathing deeply, we will take the awareness from the external world or the noise around us to the breath. Now this is called withdrawal of the sense from the external world to the internal world. So this is just one step that you have taken to take control of your awareness, then gently withdrawing it further inwards and feeling the current which is flowing within our body. So this is why whenever we meditate, a lot of people make us sit in a position and let us move our awareness from one place to another. Every time our awareness goes to some thought, bring it gently back to maybe your breath or your body or the energy that you're feeling within your body or the currents that are flowing within your body. So you have to fix one object of focus. You can practice this while you are working on something. You can also practice this while you are, let's say, candle gazing. It's called Trata Kriya, where you just sit in front of the burning candle and you just completely focus on it. Every time your awareness drifts to some other place, bring it back to what you're focusing. Now the process of bringing back your awareness to something that you focused upon is called Pratyahar. Now it has a lot of benefits, because every time you do this practice of Pratyahar, like bringing your awareness back to your present work that you're doing or whatever you want to manifest in life, this practice is developing a willpower. This willpower comes from a higher power, and it's not a physical realm thing. It's something which is of spiritual world. And every time you're practicing Pratyahar, the stronger your Pratyahar will become. And why we call it the bridge between the basic and advanced yoga, because this will lead you into concentration, which is very much important for your meditation, and ultimately samadhi, which is enlightenment. But for now, let's dive deep into Pratyahar. So pratyahar is coming from the Sanskrit root word. Prati means against something or away from something. Ahar means intake or nourishment. So anything which is against the senses or against the nourishment from the senses is called pratyahar. Because we have now realized it's not only the physical realm which exists. There is more to it. There's inner world waiting for it to be unfolded. Now, how can you actually practice it? I'll just give you an example. Let's say you get up in the morning and you take out your toothbrush and then you start to brush your teeth. What you have to do is, whenever you are brushing your teeth, remember that you have to withdraw your senses from the external thoughts that are arising to the brush and your teeth. So this is also one activity of bringing your awareness back into your control to the present activity that you're doing. And you have to consistently do this throughout the day. Even when you are, let's say, watching TV, you can try to watch the whole content and then think about this moment that you can also withdraw your senses from it. So you don't watch the content of the TV, instead you start watching the whole TV as an object itself. And suddenly you'll see that you're able to do it, and that is the disengagement that you have created, which is called pratyahar. And the more you practice pratyahar, the more you'll be able to take control over your senses, because most of the time our awareness runs like a wild horse and it gets attracted to different sensations in life and all kinds of attractions of material world. This is why we need to practice pratyahar so that we are able to dwell more into our inner world and finally find out who we truly are. Also, there is one more important thing, that sometimes people consider this activity as something which is forceful. According to yogic philosophy, we have to be very gentle while we practice any kind of spiritual practice. There is no rush to go anywhere. You have to appreciate wherever you are in the present journey and accept yourself for whoever you are. Even if you did not know how to control your senses earlier, but now you're getting to know it, appreciate yourself that now you're able to recognize that this is the work that you have to do next. So the moment you become very clear of where you are in your journey of spiritual development, you will be able to progress on it fast, because you know the path now. You know that this is where you are, you know this is where you have to go. So this is the distance that is present between the 2 points. Earlier you did not know where you are going in life, but now you know this is the path that you have to travel, and for that this is the practice that you have to do. So pratyahar is something which is kind of a tool which will help you move from point A to point B, and this is a beautiful journey that you can embark upon and inculcate it in your life by taking small tasks. For example, if you are, let's say, eating, when you're eating, put all your focus into eating. Put all your focus into chewing that one bite of food that you're intaking. That is also pratyahar, because now you are getting the awareness back to what you're doing, and this will bring you more into present moment. That is how you'll feel more fulfilled in life, because you have experienced a particular moment in your life completely. Now let's talk about what are the siddhis, or the spiritual mystical powers that you get when you practice pratyahar in your daily life. I'm sure you can tell by yourself, but let me give you 4 points that Maharishi Patanjali is talking about in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. First one is mastery over your senses. Now once you are able to control your senses and you're able to put a leash on it and move it in the direction where you want it to be, of course you'll become master of it. Whatever you have dreamt about becoming in life, you will be able to achieve it slowly, because now you're more focused, and the person who is more focused is able to actually put their thoughts into action. Second point is heightened inner awareness. Whenever you are practicing pratyahar, you will be able to see that there is something in you which is energized. Let's say you're watching this video and again you're getting distracted by people around you, or let's say someone talking on phone in the other room. So every time your awareness is drifting back to that room or that person talking, bring it gently back to this video, and you will notice that something has shifted in you. Now that is a very subtle energy that you're feeling, but the more you repeat it, you will be able to get access to a lot of happenings around you, which is in the subtle world, which is the astral world, and you will be able to find out what the other person is also thinking about unknowingly. So this is a very powerful tool for people who really want to understand other people. At the same time, they get to understand themselves as well. Next, of course, it's enhanced concentration, because without pratyahar we cannot concentrate, and of course we'll discuss more about concentration in the next video. The next siddhi that you'll get, which is a mystical power, is emotional resilience. A lot of people complain that they do get impacted by other people's emotion around them. So once you start practicing pratyahar in each and every activity of your daily life, you are able to build a lot of emotional resilience, because then if somebody else is talking negatively in front of you, no matter if he's talking about you or somebody else, you know where to engage yourself. Do you really want to engage yourself in a negative conversation, or do you want to put your awareness into more uplifting areas of the mind and maybe help the other person as well to, uplift them? But most of the times it's all about finding the true balance within ourselves, and once we have created that harmony within ourselves, that we're not disturbed by the outside world, naturally we start emitting that positive vibes within from ourselves, and the other person also in a subtle way catches it and becomes positive themselves. But it takes some time, you have to practice it, and this is one of the ways of becoming emotionally resilient in life. Now let's talk about why pratyahar is so important. Why can't we just directly go into meditation without practicing pratyahar? Let's say you're someone who's a novice and you don't know how to meditate as well. You're just sitting because you know that you have to sit straight, you have to focus on your breath, and suddenly you get lost with one thought, and you have drifted away with that thought. Maybe you have slept as well, and then after some point you realize, oh, I was meditating and I should maybe come back to this. If you don't know that these steps are there when you have to meditate, like bringing your awareness back to what you're currently focused upon, you will never be able to understand where you are in your meditative journey. So it's very important that you understand the concept of pratyahar, that you're withdrawing your senses into one point, and every time your awareness drifts back to some other place, gently bring it back to the present work that you're doing or meditation that you're doing. So everything is connected to each other in meditation, and all these steps are so beautifully written by Maharishi Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras, and nothing can beat these steps. Everyone is talking about the same practice in their meditation apps. But for now, let's wrap this video up, and let me know if you're motivated to practice pratyahar in your life, and are you really ready for the next advanced steps of yoga. So I'll see you in my next video, where we will talk about dharana, which means concentration, and it's a huge step towards meditation journey, and I'll see you next week.